Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting, the station designed to encourage, equip, and empower you for growth and success. Presents Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert, a show that shines a light on spiritual growth, health, purpose, and financial education. It's time to emerge and begin to live out your dreams, walk into your destiny, while making a difference in the lives of many.
Welcome to Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert. I am your host, and I am just so excited to come here to you another Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is Wellness Wednesday, but it's going to be a very, very special show. I have a special guest, and she's not a stranger to Women Emerge Radio, so I am so thankful that she's back. Yes, she's back on Wellness Wednesday because I truly believe this is such an impactful event that's about to happen in the upcoming weeks, actually on September 22nd. So let's, again, before we get into our guests and speaking about everything, just want to remind you that the show is being sponsored by Lambert Legacy Financial, powered by Core Financial Partners. Our goal is to teach the truth about money, engaging individuals and families to think about and plan their legacy. Our focus areas are always our family, fun, and future legacy. Today is Wellness Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we ask you to tune in as I invite you into this journey in talking about wellness. In learning with us, we are exploring everything related to wellness. While many people think of wellness solely in terms of health, this show will cover spiritual wellness, physical health, wealth, and mental wellness. Today's show, we do have a special guest. Her name is Juanita Ballard. She is the CEO and the visionary of I Am Integrity, an organization which I am so proud to be a part of. And she's not a stranger to this show. She's been here a couple of times. And when I tell you, I am so did I say so? Yes, I did. So proud of Juanita Ballard. So please welcome to the show my friend, my business partner, the CEO and the visionary of I Am Integrity, Juanita Ballard. Well, welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you for having me. It is a pleasure, as always.
Oh, I'm looking at your website, and I'm just gauging on all the things you have done. And I mean, your website is like a breath of fresh air to see all the things you are truly doing in the community at large. So for those who are listening and they have not heard yet about I Am Integrity, let us know a little bit first before we go into I Am Integrity. Tell everybody, who is Juanita Ballard? And then we're going to talk about I Am Integrity.
Juanita Ballard is a dreamer and a change maker. I am by occupation a police officer, as well as a youth basketball coach, and of course the CEO and visionary for I Am Integrity. I am excited about making a positive impact in the lives of young people and in the community. I think it is so important to reach young people early and to tap into the gifts that they have and give them hope for the days ahead. So it is exciting to be here.
Wow. It's exciting to have you here. And I remember when we first met, I always tell a story, but I'm going to share this again. When I met Juanita, I was a bit afraid of her because she's just such a solid rock person, and she kind of observe you before she kind of get to know you. And, as y'all know, I'm really hyperactive. So, to be up in, there and to kind of gauge her, her feel for things and to see how we meshed together and how we were able to come together and bring forth this amazing organization to life is just, I can't believe it's only been 9 months. Like, I just can't believe it.
I know. The time is rolling.
Accomplished so much. Say it again. You said you what now? The time is rolling.
the time is rolling. The time is rolling. It just seems like it was just yesterday, but it hasn't been. But it seems like a long time as well.
But you have accomplished so much for an organization that was just, yes, one of the greatest thing about Juanica is I'm Integrity has always been there. It just hasn't, it was not live where the world was able to see it on a large scale as such as a non-for-profit organization. She wears integrity not only in her personal life, but also with a job that she does, right? So I'm Integrity. Yes, it was birthed in January of 2024, but I Am Integrity, something that she's always been, right? So, Juanica, tell us about what is I Am Integrity is about. What is the mission? What is the vision behind I Am Integrity?
Well, I Am Integrity is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to saving our youth. Our mission in this organization is to help youth become leaders, thinkers, change makers, people who are well equipped to do your job, my job, and to function in the world and to help make it a better place. I'm Integrity. Our vision is to create a world where juvenile incarceration and violence by means of, or death by means of violence is no longer. So we want to help our young people to have some critical thinking skills as well as some strong conflict resolutions. It's so necessary. As we see what's going on in the world, we know that it is important for our young people to be able to think things all the way through, but also to realize that maybe that little disagreement that you had, it's not worth the amount of energy or feelings that's put into it. So it's just to help them to make better decisions.
Wow, I love that. I love that that this organization truly exists for our youth. And I know you mentioned that you are also a basketball coach, and I love the fact that you do have two things that was added to the plate for I Am Integrity. First thing was the sports edition. Tell us a little bit about your sports edition, and then I want to talk about our new launching of Champion, who is our newest partner for our actual clothing line. So go ahead, tell us a little bit about I Am Integrity, the sports edition version.
Ooh, the sports edition version or the portion of that organization is fun. It is fun because when you think about sports, whether it be youth sports or just sports in general, that is a place where emotions run high, whether it be excitement or disappointment. And so the organization or the outline of what the sports edition is to help young people kind of master those emotions. When you're on a high and you're feeling great and excited because you know you're getting ready to win, or maybe you're in a situation where you have to make that game-winning basket, or catch a touchdown or hit that home run, and everything is on the line to help them be able to manage those emotions. If you go on YouTube, you can see very easily kids behaving badly or poorly on the court and on the field. And we have a lot of young people who are very, very talented, extremely talented, but oftentimes coaches are saying that player's not coachable. That player, they have the talent, but their attitude or their maturity level isn't there. And so to take the time to help them cultivate themselves as athletes, to have them really understand, is this really how I want people to know me, to recognize me, by how, if I'm behaving in a manner that is not a true reflection of who they are, but to also give them the tools necessary to manage the emotions that comes along with the sport. It's going to happen. You're going to get really excited. And sometimes that excitement, yes, you should celebrate, but should you celebrate in a manner that is belittling the other team or an opponent? And sometimes I hate to say it, but sometimes it's team members. So if we can teach young people how to manage those things, those emotions, those feelings that they have when they're participating in athletics, then we create a sport that everybody can enjoy. You can celebrate when you win, and you can kind of regroup when you didn't. But know that you get another chance. But if you don't know how to manage it, then you end up just being ejected from games or not invited back to participate again. And nobody wants that. We have very, very talented young people. And so we want them to keep being able to demonstrate and display their talents and allow it to go a long way.
Mm. And I just love how you say that the sports edition is more than just basketball, a basketball program. It's a platform where values such as honesty, respect, responsibility, and fairness are woven into every aspect of our training. I love, 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 love that because they need to understand, even though you are a basketball coach, sports is just sports. It's not just only basketball. It can be this I am integrity sports edition can lead into football, to baseball, to soccer, to gymnastic, to whatever sport that person is playing. I am integrity can also embody that. Even though your main focus, you are a basketball coach, so you do have your players between the age of 9 to 14 as a part of the actual program. So just want to kind of elaborate on that. Is that possible that it can be extended to other sports as well?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's a mindset. It's not only about just that sport. It's about creating and cultivating a mindset, a winner's mindset. And winners, they celebrate when they win, they learn when they lose, and they move on. They know that whatever happens on the court or the field is what happened on the court or the field. And, it very well may be that the next year, that person who they taunted, they're on their team next year, So it is not just about just the sport itself. It is a mindset that we want to have each player, understand that you're part of something greater. It's not just about this game.
I love it. I love it. Again, you are tuned into Woman Emerge with Melissa Lambert. I am your host, and we have the honor to have the one and only Juanita Ballard. She is the CEO and the visionary of I Am Integrity. And we just talked about her mission and the vision of I Am Integrity and her sports edition. Tell us now, I was blown away when I saw your post on Facebook that you announced that Champion is actually one of your contributors for helping the T-shirt line and all the accessories for I Am Integrity to come forward. So tell us about that partnership with Champion.
Oh, it's a major partnership with Champion. We were in communication with the apparel company that is licensed to distribute Champion gear. And from speaking with the CEO of that company and explaining the vision, the mission, the goals, the richness of I Am Integrity, he was so excited to partner up and to do whatever he could to help the organization grow, but also to help represent it. Champion has a long history, a legacy of champions. And so it was a great opportunity for us to partner together so that when people are ordering their apparel, not only are they getting to wear the I Am Integrity brand, but it comes from the trusted legacy that Champion already brings. So the partnership just made sense. It just made sense because of what we're trying to build. Yeah.
If y'all look at these shirts, I'm excited. Like, I'm looking at them now. Like, you will have your own jacket, your hat, your shirt, your, the warm-up pants. Everything you can have here with the I Am Integrity logo. Just imagine wearing something that says I am. You speaking to yourself that you are integrity. And
Exactly.
the slogan of I am integrity is what? Integrity matters. So I'm so proud of you that you do have this partnership with Champion, that your gears are now powered by Champion, but also Boney Sports BSA apparels as well. So I mean, we are about to get in. I want to talk about what you have done, because looking at your website, looking at the iamintegrity.org website, and you go through the gallery, you see all the amazing things that I Am Integrity is doing in the community. You just started in January. So take us back from January to now. What has I Am Integrity done for the community since January, leading us up to September at this moment?
Well, I'm Integrity has been involved in a lot of projects. And again, like you stated before, although I'm Integrity was kind of birthed, or the brand was birthed in January, the work has been going on for decades. It's just been that we are now able to brand the concept and the idea, and we did that in January. So in April, we launched the sports edition for I'm Integrity. And then something took place that isn't a normal occurrence, and that was the eclipse. And so I'm Integrity did a community event where we took a glimpse at the eclipse. And we had youth and families from the community come out. We met at the park, and we had purchased those solar eclipse glasses so that you could view the eclipse safely. And it was a beautiful turnout. Families came out. They got a chance to look at something, and it's going to happen again, I think, in another like 20 years. But for some young people, this was the first time. Well, obviously, it hadn't happened before in a long time. But this was something that this is going to it left a lasting impression on them, because they were able to view the eclipse safely with the goggles that we had, and also to learn about integrity and why it's important to even have, using visual integrity, protecting their eyes and having that knowledge to do that. In May, we did the community launch, and it was a beautiful turnout. Um, this was our opportunity to um, expose ourselves, or to come forth within the community, to let the community know and recognize that we're here to help. We're here to serve the community and to make a positive impact in the life of our young people. In January, we did a My Father and Me Father's Day event at the park. It was a beautiful event. We had a ton of donations and sponsorships from Frito-Lay and Pepsi, and it was a great opportunity for dads who we kind of take it for granted, or they kind of take it for granted what they do. They see it as nothing, like no big deal, that they take time out of their schedule and they coach. They coach youth sports, and not really realizing that, yeah, you're coaching, and you're coaching because your child is on the team in some cases. But there are some kids who their dads aren't able to participate, whether or not it be because they're busy working and trying to maintain and provide for the family, or they're absent because they are incarcerated. And some of them, unfortunately, their dads are deceased. And so it was just an opportunity to show homage to the dads who are standing in the gaps of busy and absent fathers. So it was a great opportunity. It was a great event that we were able to give the community. And in July, we did the first online safety and human trafficking awareness workshop, and that was so good that we actually are bringing that back again in September. Some other people said, I really enjoyed it. I would have liked to have my niece on or my cousin on, and so we decided to run that event again, slightly different, but still run it back again so that the information it gets out there. the idea, I mean, we've heard it 1,000 times over, knowledge is power. And so when you're aware of things, when you have knowledge about certain situations, then you don't fall victim to it. Now you're on TV and they're talking about all kinds of online scams, and with the technology, how it is now with AI and things like that, you have to be prepared. You have to know what to look for so that you can determine whether something is a scam or if it's real information. And the online safety workshop actually gave some solid things for youth and families to look out for when we're talking about online predators. So that is something that's very near and dear to my heart, to keep our youth safe from human and sex traffickers who pose as other youth, but really they are grown adults who have ill intent, and these kids have no idea that this person who is being nice to them or who is present because they're online and they're available and accessible, that they really have intent that is to no good for them. And then in August, we did National Night Out, and we got a chance to interact with the community in a safe environment. Everybody was able to come out. They had the bouncy house and the slides, and it was food and music, and it was just a great afternoon or great evening of togetherness and awareness about safety within the community. So it's been phenomenal. It's been absolutely phenomenal.
I mean, I just to hear how we start up the company in January through even February. You were featured in the York's newspaper, correct? Was it the newspaper that?
Yes, we were. Yes, we were. We were featured on the front cover of the local newspaper for the efforts of I'm Integrity and what we're doing in the community. Yes.
Absolutely. So you had started up in January, then featured in a newspaper in February. I know that forgot what we did in March, but then in April we did you did the stuff with the solar. Then May you were one of the keynote a speaker as well as a supporter for a women's brunch, and then June you had the Father's Day event. July you had the online safety. August you had the community outreach. September, you also did something special for some teachers. I mean, tell us that experience that you were able to give back to these teachers as well in this month.
Yes. So we did a back-to-school event that was a little different. Earlier in the summer, I had mentioned about wanting to do a back-to-school event, but not quite the way that we normally think about it, just bringing school supplies to kids. I've been blessed to have some amazing teachers in my lifetime, and I know that teachers spend a lot of their own money in order to buy supplies and things for the classroom. And so it was just an extension from us, from our heart to them, to take some of that burden off by buying some of the supplies that they would need for the classroom that they don't have to spend their own money to do. So they're for the kids, but the teachers got a little something extra in there. They like the Kleenexes and things that, I mean, that stuff's not cheap, with teachers having to go out and buy that stuff. And we were able to give those things to them and supplies they needed in order to do their daily instruction. And I'm telling you, to walk into the school buildings and see the smiling faces of those kids when we walk, and the teachers were so excited. It was like it was Christmas for them. And every single teacher, even the ones that they weren't the initial contact, when they came by and found out, like, hey, I'm Integrity is bringing school supplies to us, like they're dropping off a donation to us, they were so grateful to the people who took time out of their schedule and they donated to the organization so that we can, in turn, make a positive impact and donate into the lives of 2 school districts. We donated to 2 different school districts, and it was lovely. I could just eat it up. The little faces, they were so excited to get those things, because I'm sure they already had ideas of how they were going to do some projects and things like that. And plus, everybody liked new stuff. So it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Wow, wow. I mean, I'm just so thankful that, those are things that people don't think about. Yes, sometimes they do give out they ask for these Chelsea's homeschool, so I don't remember what they call them. They give them this wish list that you have to bring forth these things into the school and to the classrooms. But just to see that you were able to do some extra stuff for these teachers and for the students, I think that is truly amazing. And my prayer is that next year we'll have more stuff that we're able to give out to multiple schools, districts in that York area, or even moving into the into the Maryland area. So thank you for all the donors that donated their time, their effort, as well as all items that was still donated to be able to give to this to I Am Integrity, to be able to give out to the school. So again, you are tuned in to Woman Emerge with Melissa Lambert. I am your host, and we have the powerful woman from I Am Integrity. She is the CEO and the visionary of I Am Integrity. And I say that all the time with a smile because I'm just so in love with this organization, and I'm so thankful for what's happening, what is about to happen. Juanita Ballard is behind all this, and she's pushing forward. And I'm just so excited about even just this upcoming event that's happening on September 22nd. I am glad that she brought it back. I mean, you had such an amazing event in July. You did another workshop, a similar workshop, online safety and human trafficking awareness, where you had two major speakers and yourself that was on there, and I was able to moderate for you guys, and I was just blown away because of all the information. People don't realize the magnitude of how human trafficking is heavy, especially in the season. Like, I mean, I get it, like stuff, people are doing so much anyway, and people think human trafficking is only abroad, but it's right in our backyard. This is
Mhm.
happening, especially here in Florida. I see it daily. We get an alert every single day or so, every other day, of somebody gone missing. So, Juanika, tell us about this upcoming event on September 22nd, the online safety human traffic awareness session that's powered by I Am Integrity. Tell us a little bit about that and the speakers that you're having on this platform.
So on September the 22nd at 3 p.m., it's going to be a Zoom session, and we are going to have two, well, I'd say three, but I'm going to take myself out of the loop right now. We're going to have two dynamic presenters, experts in the field, and people who have a passion for youth and for creating awareness, especially when it comes down to human trafficking. We have Detective Watson, who is from the Rialto Police Department, and she and I kind of go way back. We were both school resource officers. She was in California, I was in Maryland, and we linked up at a conference, a school resource officer conference, and we stay connected ever since. We've had some things where something may be going on in Maryland, and I needed some input and to find out whether or not it was some consistency going on. And she sometimes would reach out to me as a resource. She ultimately ended up moving ahead and being promoted to the rank of detective. And she just wasn't a regular detective. She was a detective that investigated every single missing person's case in Rialto, California. And Detective Watson loves working with young people. She loves seeing them prosper. She loves to see them, be well and to excel in life, and to, kind of navigate the tough road. It's not easy being a young person nowadays. I look back now and I say, I don't know how some of them do it, because it is tough with social media and everything just present. It's a constant thing that is just there, and it's never going to go away. We just have to learn how to navigate it a little bit better. And then we also have Candace Burke Parrott, who is She's everything. She is part of the Maryland Human Trafficking Task Force. She also is a part of Freshwater and Armentas, which focuses on giving support to child sex trafficker survivors. Um,
Mm.
she comes in with a wealth of knowledge about the the business, because it is actually,
Mm.
that is a business. Our human trafficking, especially with children. Children are more
Mm.
expensive, and so
Mm.
they pay out better, I should say. So
Mm.
she she is an expert in the field. She gives us tips and things of what parents should be looking for, what they should be aware of, as well as young people. That new person that they met online, and the new app that they downloaded, and that person who's communicating with them, their parents need to know who that new person is, because it
Mm.
just may not
True.
be another kid. People are
Mm.
often posing to be something that they're not, and who they aren't.
Mhm.
Some of them are actually posing to be, they're old men, and they're posing to be, a 12-year-old girl. Um,
Mm.
so we have them on the line. It is going to be a phenomenal workshop that is going to give so much information. And the big goal, Melissa, of that workshop is to start the conversation. There are so many times when
Yeah.
our parents are just saying, like, yeah, my kid's home. I know where they are. They're on the phone. They're
Mhm.
on, yeah, they're present here, but who's on the other end of that iPad,
Mm.
that cellular device, that computer that they're
Mhm.
communicating with? More
Mm.
times than not, some of those values aren't the same as what you have. And so they're just
Mhm.
looking for kids who are isolated, who have low self-esteem, confidence level isn't quite there, and they're looking for
Mhm.
someone to pay attention to them. And although what you're doing, you're trying to make sure you're taking care of the home and providing, sometimes that lack of communication is a gateway to someone who has ill intentions. And so we just want to highlight that so that parents know what to look for. You should be getting your kid's phone. You should go through that phone, and you should check the communication and who the people are that they're talking to and that they're interacting with, and go through those
Mm.
group chats and all that stuff. So we'll be
Mm.
going over that information, those kind of helpful tips and information for parents, so that they can be better prepared. In most cases, it's not because the parents don't care or they're negligent. It's just that they just didn't know what they didn't know.
Mhm.
So we
Mhm.
have to give them that information, and that's what we aspire to do, to start a conversation. It may be a little bit uncomfortable, it may feel a little bit weird, but that's okay. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
you want to make sure that your young person knows, and they're communicating, and they're talking to you, and they're telling you, oh, this person just sent me a message, and they asking me to send them a picture of, myself, or they sent me pictures, and I feel uncomfortable with it. Those are things that need to be discussed, with in households, and with trusted
Mhm.
adults. So it's to
I
spark a
agree.
conversation. It's to spark a conversation, and to give knowledge and information, to families. People have been asking me, what are you going to do for the parents? What are you going to do for the parents? Well, here's one for you. This one is
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
heavy. Like, this isn't a one hit where you get the information and it's a one and done type of situation. Like, you'll get so much information that you'll be able to go back to it and say, okay, yeah, I remember that. I heard about this in that workshop, and then it may be 6 months down the line, and you may hear something that may trigger and ring a bell to you and go, wait a minute, well, I remember that. That's the goal.
Mhm.
That's the goal, to give
Mhm.
something that is going to stick, and that they
Yes.
can utilize down the line.
I love it. I mean, I think it's necessary, especially because these kids are always on the internet. They're always on roadblocks. They're always on TikTok. They're always on IG. They're on everything. And even
Mhm.
when you see them in the streets, Their face is not even on the road, it's on their phone. Wherever they are, they're on their phone. So
Yep.
you are absolutely right. As parents, we need to take initiative. We need to be responsible on what we're having our children watch. I always say to Chelsea, guard your gates, your eye gate, your ear gate, and your mouth gate.
Mhm.
Those are the three
Mhm.
that things enter in that you can't, you really want to enter in. It's like, it's hard to get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like,
I
you know,
always
it's
I always tell my children, once you see it, you can't unsee it, and once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
mm,
So trust me when I
mm,
tell you that there's some things that just it's not appropriate for you right now. When you're 17 years old, then maybe going to that app or going to that gathering may be appropriate. But for you to try to process that at 12 and 10, no,
mm,
it's not even necessary. So yeah, you're right. Guard your ears, guard your eyes, guard your mouth. And God, and
mm,
nowadays we need to be saying, guard your fingertips from sending messages and
mhm,
posting stuff that you can't take back.
mhm,
Because once it goes out there, it's out there, and you don't get a chance
mhm,
to take that back. And sometimes it resurfaces, 3 months, 2 weeks, a year from when you sent it or you posted it. I mean, how many times are you saying on the news or social media, where a lot of people are now using that as their news source, that they're bringing up something that
mhm,
somebody said on, what was that thing we had back in MySpace? Like, wait a minute, how did you know
mhm.
I
Oh
posted that on
God.
MySpace? Right? Because it
Mhm,
never goes away. Your digital footprint is permanent. We have players, athletes who are losing
mhm,
scholarships because of
mhm,
comments that they placed under somebody's post that was, against all of the protected groups. You know what I mean? So we got to teach them. And if you can't,
mhm,
you can't beat them down if you haven't taught them anything.
mhm.
And once you
Nope,
know about it,
nope.
then you're expected to do better. And that's what we strive to do.
I love it. I love it. I mean, Juanica, I am just so proud of everything that you're doing for us and for really guiding us through this journey as parents. We have to get to a place where, it takes a village to raise children. And
It
it's
does.
okay that I Am Integrity is stepping in to show forth that truly integrity does matter. Truly, we have to gauge what our kids are watching. Sometimes kids need to hear from somebody else.
Mhm.
What I may say, yes, I say the same thing, but Juanica can come in and say it, and then Chelsea be like, oh, and I'm saying to myself like, hold the stuff up. I said
Yeah.
that, but because Juanica said it, and it didn't come from mommy, she received that better. So it is a village. It takes a village to raise these children, and I'm so thankful that you exist for us. So I know that this is coming up on September the 22nd. How can families go to where would they go to register? Because I know that we're going to have an online safety, right? So it is going to be a secure Zoom link. So tell us a little bit about how can they register? How can they go ahead and get started? Sign themselves up, their children, their nieces, their nephews, their grandkids, everybody needs to be. There's no one should be excluded from this. And no matter where you are in the world, you should be able to jump on and Zoom and be able to learn on this platform. So tell us a little bit about how we can find you regarding, signing up for this event.
Right. So with safety in mind, I mean, I wouldn't do it without it. That's been my life for the last over 20 years with law enforcement. I do understand cyber safety, and so it will be a secure link, so people can go on IamIntegrityEvents.com and register. Once you go on there, your information that asks a few questions, including your email address. From there, you'll receive the link as well as the password and meeting address for the workshop. So you have to go on IamIntegrityEvents.com and register for the event. Once you do that, then the details as far as the meeting ID and the link to join us will be sent to you.
Got it. Got it. Okay. I mean, I know that you are having such great hopes for this event. What do you hope parents and even these young people could walk away from after this event that you're doing again for the second time?
Well, I want them to walk away with knowledge. I want to empower them with knowledge and awareness that one, this you may have seen Liam Nielsen do and Taken. This is not the same thing. We're not talking about, some overseas international taking situation. We're talking about things that are going on right in our backyard. You can't turn on a news broadcast, unfortunately, and not see that somewhere, whether it be where you live directly or in the surrounding states, that we're having people fall victim to this. And it's not only just our young people, like our little kids. We're having young adults who don't have the awareness and knowledge about the dangers that are associated with the online world, and they're falling victim to predators who showed themselves as very nice and charismatic and kind and loving online, only to meet them and find out that they are monsters. So the idea and the goal for this is to bring awareness about human trafficking, and so that people can understand that it is a business. It is a multi-million-dollar business, and you don't want either yourself or your loved ones to fall victim to that operation. To bring awareness and open the door for conversations. It may be uncomfortable conversations that you're going to have in your household following that workshop, but they will be necessary, and you will thank yourself for being willing to have those uncomfortable conversations afterwards than to kind of just sweep things under the rug and go, oh, no, my child won't be involved in that, or my daughter who's away at college won't be involved in that. Because it's a struggle. Like, it is a struggle for young people to navigate, like I said, especially with technology being as prominent as it is. You can't even do schoolwork without being online. So to give them that information so that they can pass it on, they can educate and empower other family members and loved ones. That is our goal for this workshop.
Wow. Wow. I love it. I am so, again, I'm happy that you're doing this, and I'm praying that I Am Integrity does this a quarterly event because I believe that the more we actually bring this type of resource and this information to the population, the more they are aware of everything that is going on around in their community, but outside of their community as well. So that is definitely something I really see that I'm Integrity continuing doing, because the more we gauge our young people to be aware of their surrounding, be aware of if they're seeing information that is coming across their computer or their laptop or their iPads or their phone. Notify your family immediately, especially knowing if it's a stranger. So, Juanita, so tell us, how can we support I Am Integrity? Because this is a great organization, not because this is one of my organizations I support, but just because of what it stands for. I Am Integrity stands for something great. I mean, integrity matters, y'all. In everything that you do, it just does matter. So I really want people to be able to support you in so many ways. So how can they connect back with you to support you, and what type of support are you looking for?
Well, you can follow us on social media at I Am Integrity, N like Nancy, P like Paul, O. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. You can visit our website at iamintegrity.org. If you'd like to donate, you can donate from the website, but if you want to go straight to the platform that we utilize, which is Zephy, you can go on iamintegrity.info, and that will give you access to donate monetarily. If you want to donate small, there's no amount that's too small. And if you want to just break it up and maybe make a contribution and say, hey, I want to donate monthly, and you can do that as well. There's an option to do that. For now, we have some needs as far for the organization. We need people to help us with fundraising, some ideas with fundraising. We do need some computer equipment, like a laptop, um, MacBooks, things like that. And Melissa, this is a exciting need, but is nevertheless a need. Administrative assistant. If you have skills, grant writers, we need that, as well as bookkeepers. So if you have a skill, a talent or gift, and you'd like to donate your talent, your skill, or your gift to help this organization grow and reach the masses, then please send me a message through one of those platforms or social media platforms, or through the website. You can also reach us at iamintegrityinfo@gmail.com. That is the website. The email address to the organization. So if you have those talents and those gifts that you also like to help support the organization so it can grow, we would definitely look forward to having that with you and working with you so that we can reach as many people as we can. Our Integrity is based out of York, Pennsylvania, but it is definitely not restricted or limited to just York, Pennsylvania. The mission, the vision of the organization is a global mission. It's not just for right here. Like you said, integrity matters. No matter what job you have, what occupation, whatever situation, we spend a lot of time teaching our young people different things, how to be a business owner, how to write checks. We don't teach them how to write in cursive anymore, but we teach them these fundamentals that they're definitely going to need, but integrity is absolutely necessary in every avenue and every facet of life. If I can't trust you to write a checkbook, write a good check, then what good is it that you know how to run a business if you're going to steal the money because you don't have integrity? So it is an important thing that is necessary and needed, and I've learned over the years that it's not something that's taught to everybody. Some people live in the mindset of I'm going to get you before you get me. Well, we know what happens in that. You're going to get God because that's how it works. But when you operate in integrity and you create a standard of living for yourself, then it goes much further than sometimes even your skills and ability, because people know I can trust you. I can trust you in any situation, and I can trust your word. So it opens the doors for other possibilities, for other partnerships for young people, or for people in general. Some people, I think, older people, they need to go back to the class of integrity. Like, where is it? So, and then it leads, when you don't have integrity and you've compromised your integrity, to close a big business deal, it leads to some of the mental health challenges that we're facing in the world, and those psychosomatic things where, some things that you've done, the decisions that you made, you sold your character, you compromised your character in order to get ahead, and the next thing now you're sick. You have stomach problems or ailments within your bodies because of psychosomatic, how it plays out in your physical body. Because you can't tell nobody that, hey, I lied in order to seal that deal. I compromised my integrity in order to, close that $1 million deal. Is it worth it? At the end of the day, I'm sure most people will say it's not. It's not.
No. Wow. I mean, you all are tuned into Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert, and I love how Juanica is running this organization to really impact so many people. So thank you, Juanica, for your service. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your ability to continue to serve and serve on purpose, not just on the force, but actually within your community at large. So we truly appreciate you for just everything and for just what's to come with I Am Integrity. So again, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. We had the honor to have Juanica Ballard, the CEO and the visionary of I Am Integrity. And please, please go and follow them and, like and comment for them on Facebook, Instagram, IG, TikTok. Go to iamintegrity.org. Definitely support. And you can follow me every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. on Thursday. We're here. And, through womanemergeradio.com. Also, you can find me on Facebook at Melissa, Mellisa S. Lambert. Melissa, that's Mellisa S. Lambert. And on Facebook, Instagram, you can find me there as well. But I am just thankful that on this Wednesday, we're not only just talking about wellness, we're talking about integrity, because it's truly, truly matters. So we appreciate you again. I am Integrity for joining here, Miss Juanica Ballard. We appreciate you and we wish you all the best in everything that you do. So again, please follow us. Thank you again for listening, y'all, to Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert. If you found this episode helpful, share it with somebody. Tell them about I Am Integrity. Tell them that that we are having something that's there they can't miss on the 22nd of September. You can't miss that event. It's online, y'all. Get online and listen into these amazing information that is going to be shared. Anything else before we jump off of here, Juanica? Anything else before we go?
No, Melissa, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. You know how important this is to me. It's not just a brand. It has meaning. I wear integrity on my back. I mean it when I say it. And so what better than have somebody who actually believes in it be the one who leads it up. So thank you for having me. I appreciate all of your support and everything that you've done. And I appreciate our supporters, our donors, and people who are spreading the word, our team that's spreading the word about I Am Integrity so that it can grow in the community. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Yes, y'all, listen, integrity do matters. Integrity do matter. So please go to iamintegrity.org and support. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think, but until next time, y'all, take care, take charge, and continue to be great. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to Women Emerge with Melissa Lambert, where Melissa speaks with leaders, experts, and motivators who share their journeys and their stories through personal and professional growth, knowledgeable tips, and lessons learned that will empower you to grow. Follow Melissa and Women Emerge Network on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mellisa Slambert and at Women Emerge Network. And visit www.womenemergenetwork.com. Remember, when you know better, you can do better, especially when God is for you.